Hey guys, AnimeWestReacts here. This is gonna be my reaction to Talentless Nana, chapter 105, titled Partner. So yeah, cover page Kyoya with a bunch of cats. As everyone looks down on him from above. It's we see Kei, Fuko, Shizuka, and Moe looking down at him, smiling. Oh, there's the full one. That's color page. Cool. So yeah, it's everyone, actually. Anna's in it too, which is nice. But alright, getting into the chapter. Someone says, "What's for dinner?" We got Fuko. Says, "Okay, so Tachibana Jin saved you." Sue says, Hercules says, "Yeah." He says, "I think he might be my little sister Rin." Fuko's like, "Huh?" Kaya says, "He seemed to know a lot about her. For some reason, he decided to save me, and he shapeshifted like her. Is it too much to think? Is it too much of a leap to think it was her in disguise?" And Fuko says, "Now that I think about it, I never saw him at the camp." And then, yeah, Kyoya says they've probably been held in a cell for the past 3 years, and now, like, Kira comes in and says, "It was no good." And then, yeah, Kyoya says, "No good, huh?" And then Fuko says, "We really need to check in on Rinthon's condition." And yeah, Kira says, "The plan is to find where she is, stick this there, and then teleport her out, right? I can use the shadows to get through the gate, okay, but once I'm past that, there's too many soldiers hanging around. I can't pop in and out without getting caught." And Kira says, "Is there a less guarded area we can use?" And Kira says, "Not unless we manage to get over the wall first." And yeah, shadows change a lot with the light's intensity and direction. And Kira says, "Hey, how big do you need a shadow to be?" So yeah, and he says, "As long as I can touch it with a fingertip, I can sing into it." And Kia said, "Then I have something I want to try." And he was like, "Oh." So, all right, we got, yeah. Kier says, "Doesn't sound like there's anyone there, but," yeah, Fuka says, "Maybe, probably, since it's around the back, can you tell just by listening?" Kia says, "First, climb in the shadow of the wall cast by the setting sun. Then tomorrow morning, the rising sun should cast a shadow on the other side of the wall. And you should be on the other side with it, right?" So yeah, he's like, "I think that'll work." That's how they work. Shadows would work. Interesting. So yeah, Kyo says, "You'll be on your own past that point. Will you be okay?" And then he says, "A lot of shadows inside the building. I think I can manage." He says, "A friend should be in an underground cell. When they had me, there was lots of people in white coats going in and out of the area. You should be able to use that. Please find her and set up the camera in her cell." Here says, "Got it." And if he goes, "We're counting on you," and then he's like, "Hang on, one problem." And he's like, "Yeah?" He's like, I'll get really lonely spending all night in the shadows by myself." Yeah, okay, I was like, "We'll stay in touch, basically. Serrano and I will use telepathy to keep you company the whole time." And then he's like, "That's all good." And she's like, "Huh? Sure." And off he goes into the shadows. And so yeah, so he's like, "Okay, let's head back before someone sees us." And Fugo says, "Do you think Hiragi-san's okay?" And so yeah, I guess that's where the last chapter ended, with her getting betrayed. She's gone to convince the residents. And so yeah, they say, "However, we had already made our decision before you came here, that we'd sell you out for a day's worth of food." Hey, yeah. And Serrano's the one who opens the door, saying, "Let them have me instead." Or Shizuka. Yeah, Shizuka, not Serrano. But yeah, the old guy yells, "What are you doing? We're the soldiers. You were supposed to get them." And yeah, it's like she was waiting outside the building and grabbed me right as I was about to call them. And it's like, that's all it took. And yeah, it's good. Like, oh, sorry, but I want to hear what they have to say, so. And yeah, it's like, I'll go instead. Yeah, and she says, move. And she thinks back to writing people out and the words and stuff she's got for it. But yeah, I am so sorry, is what she says. So yeah, it's like, you're right, I was a pathetic little snitch, but despite that, Sis still saved me. She took me in and valued me. She always wanted to approach you in good faith. I'll take any punishment, so please just let her get away. Ooh, and they're like, well, it's getting late. Why don't we call it a day? Yeah. And they feel bad, obviously, because of that. It's like, well, it's not like she's selling them out as guaranteed to the military. And it's not like selling them out is guaranteed to please the military. That's what it says. And they're like, wouldn't you rethink this? And the guy says, Haragi-san. And then he says, yes, I'll be honest. The thought of rebelling scares me. But I'm more scared of who I'd become if I sold you out. It says all of us threw away our pride and our will to fight. So if you haven't given up on us yet, can we continue talking tomorrow? We'll get everyone together and have a more forward-facing discussion. And then yeah, Nana says thank you. And then yeah, going home. Nana says, nice timing, she's good. She's like, of course. You're my big sis, and I'll always have your back. Toronto says, you rewind time, right? Is that how you knew what would happen? Yeah, it's like, nah, this was all first time around. Yeah. And then, yeah, Nana says, I'm really grateful. She's like, it's not like you, sis. And it's like, I warned you again and again that this was a trap. You didn't even have a plan. And Nana's like, it's a funny story, but. And Serato's like, so you did have a plan? And she's like, I trust Yuzuka. And she's like, huh? And she says, back with Nakajima, you came rushing back from the future to save me, remember? And he says, yeah. And Nana says, that didn't happen this time. She's like, so? So, seeing as you didn't come back and kick up a fuss, I knew that my plan was going to work. I was like, oh. I was like, right. You're the most reliable partner I could have. And I was like, I see, that's really amazing. And then, yeah, it's like, oh, wait, so you did have a plan? It's like, yeah, I did. All right. And then it's the next day. So it's morning, Akira and Kyoya. So you fell asleep almost immediately. Me and Fuko-san had no idea what to talk about. Just like, everything's. Yeah, well, Akira is like, any hobbies? And Fuko's like, well, this is how are things. I just arrived at the underground lab, but she's not here. And he says, what? This is her cell. There's no one in it. So yeah, pretty good chapter. Hope y'all enjoyed this video. If you did, then yeah, leave a like. Sub to this channel. It was just nice trust chapter. And I'll see y'all next.